Hello student, in our previous videos or lectures we have covered all four modules, and first module is the introduction to an energy sources, second one is the photothermal application, third module is the photovoltaic applications, and after that first we taken the module number 5th, that is the wind energy, and after that we have to see the fourth module, that is energy from the biomass. So in this video we will start with the fourth module, that is the energy from the biomass. So let's start fourth module. The contents of the fourth module is introduction, biomass conversion technologies, biogas generation, factors affecting biogas, biodigestion. Only list of factors, but we will discuss little bit information about the factor affecting the biodigestion. After that, working of biogas plant. Then after that, advantages and disadvantages of floating and fixed dome type plant. These are the two main types of the continuous biogas plant, and only we have to see the advantages and disadvantages of the floating and fixed dome type biogas plant. Biogas from plant waste. In this lecture we have to cover the generation of the biogas from the agricultural waste or the waste material or the plant residues. Next point is the methods for obtaining the energy from the biomass. There are variety of methods to obtain the energy from the biomass. So in this point we have to cover that. Next point is the thermal gasification of biomass. In the gasification process of the biomass we have to cover the what do you mean by the gasification of the biomass, and which process are taken place in this gasification, and how the biogas is converted into the usable form, that is energy. And after that there is a working of the downdraft gasifier. This comes under the gasification process. There are different types of the gasifier, but we have to see only downdraft gasifier. So we will discuss only about downdraft gasifier. After that there is a advantages and disadvantages of biological conversion of solar energy. That means with the help of solar energy biomass is generated or produced, and after that from that biomass we are able to generate the power or heat or biogas. So but it has some advantages as well as the disadvantages. So we will discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of the biological conversion of the solar energy in detail in our next videos or upcoming videos. Now these all are the content of the fourth chapter, that is energy from the biomass. Now let's start with the introduction. The plant matter created by the process of photosynthesis is called biomass. Now what do you mean by the biomass? Biomass is the plant matter and which is created with the help of photosynthesis process. We know that the photosynthesis process require the sunlight and water, and through with the help of sunlight and water plant synthesize their own food, and plant takes CO2 and gives oxygen. So with that process we get the plant matter, that is a plant material or organic matter. The biogas means organic matter, that is biogas is nothing but the organic matter. It contains fats, protein, starch, all these matter. Photosynthesis is a naturally occurring process which derives its energy requirement from solar radiation. We know that plants synthesize their own food, and this process taken place with the help of solar radiation, and photosynthesis is a natural process. In its simplest form, the reaction of this process can be represented as follows. That means the photosynthesis process. We know that plant takes CO2 and H2O, that is water and carbon dioxide, in the presence of solar energy. Energy is nothing but the solar energy or solar radiation or sunlight, and gives the organic matter, that is a carbohydrate, that is a CH2O and plus oxygen. Plant gives the oxygen. So this is the general photosynthesis process which can be taken place in the plant. It is seen that in this process water and carbon dioxide are converted into organic material. That is, in this process water and carbon dioxide combine with each other under the sunlight, and it gives the organic material, that is the carbohydrates and plus oxygen. So this is the simplest photosynthesis process, and which is the natural process, and with the help of photosynthesis process there is a generation of the organic matter, and we know that the organic matter is nothing but our biomass. In this way the biomass is produced with the help of photosynthesis process. The term biomass includes all plant life, that is trees, agricultural plants, bush, grass and algae and their residues after processing. These all are the comes under the biomass. The residues include crop residues such as straw, stalks, leaves, roots, etc., and agro-processing residues such as oil seed shells, groundnut shells, husk, bagasse, molasses, coconut shells, sawdust and wood chips. These all are the agricultural residues. So all these, that is a plant residue as well as crop residue as well as agro processing residues, all this comes under the biomass. But crop residue includes such as a straw. Straw is nothing but which can be obtained from the crop. After that there is a stalks, leaves, roots, all these the crop residues, and with the help of we can generate the biogas or bioenergy. And again agro processing residues such as oil seed shells, groundnut shells, after using husk, bagasse, molasses, coconut shell, sawdust, wood chips, all are the comes under the agricultural residues. So all these are the biomass or raw material for the bioenergy generation. The term biomass is also generally understood to include human waste, organic fraction of sewage sludge, industrial waste, household wastes. All these are used for the generation of the bioenergy, that is they act as a biomass. But who? The human waste, organic fraction of sewage sludge, industrial waste and household waste. All these material is used for the generation of the biogas, that is used as a raw material or biomass. Now next first point. Now after that the second point is the biomass conversion technologies. There are different technologies which help us to convert the biomass into the suitable form, that is a biogas or biofuel or biodiesel, so that we can utilize this form for the different applications. There are variety of ways obtaining energy from the biomass. These may be classified into three groups, namely first is the thermochemical route, second one is the biochemical route, third one is the oil extraction. All these the three different types. With the help of we can convert biomass into the suitable form of energy. First we see the thermochemical route. The thermochemical conversion includes processes like combustion, gasification and pyrolysis. First type is the thermochemical route, which help us to convert the biomass into the suitable form of energy. And this thermochemical route also include three processes again, that is combustion, gasification and pyrolysis. These three processes also used for the conversion of the biomass into the suitable form of energy. So first is the combustion. It refers to the conversion of biomass to heat and power by directly burning it, as occurs in a boilers. This is a combustion process, and combustion process is a direct process, that is after burning of the biomass we get the heat and power. So and all these occurs in boilers. Suppose we consider the biomass is the wood. After burning wood we get the heat and energy. So this comes under the combustion process. And in a factory or in industries there are huge size boilers, and in that boiler the combustion process takes place. Second is a gasification. It is the process of converting solid biomass with a limited quantity of air into producer gas. In a gasification process the process is the same, but in this type the limited quantity of air is present, and solid biomass, only solid biomass is converted into the form of energy or into the form of producer gas. Producer gas is nothing but the mixture of different gases, non-volatile gases and volatile gases. For example, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, the mixture of all these gases is known as the producer gas. That is, after burning of the solid biomass with the presence of limited quantity of air we get the producer gas, that is a mixture of hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. This comes under the gasification process. The producer gas is a mixture of combustible and non-combustible gases. Third process is the pyrolysis. It is a thermal decomposition of biomass in the absence of oxygen. In that process the biomass is converted into small pieces of material, and this process takes place under the in a absence of oxygen. The product of pyrolysis are charcoal. We know that charcoal, the byproduct is a charcoal, and a condensable liquid and gaseous product, that is the pyrolysis byproduct is a charcoal and liquid and gaseous products. The relative proportions of these products depending on the chemical composition of biomass used and on the operating conditions. That means the byproducts are the charcoal and liquid and gaseous products, but the proportion of these products are depend on the operating condition as well as depends upon the chemical composition of the raw material or the biomass. So the proportion is depend on that two quantities. Now the next route is the second route is the biochemical route. The biochemical conversion includes anaerobic digestion to produce biogas, and second one is the fermentation to obtain alcohol fuels. As we mentioned, from the biomass we can obtain the biogas as well as the alcohol fuels, or simply we call as biofuels. So the biogas is produced with the help of anaerobic digestion process, and the alcohol fuels or biofuels which can be obtained with the help of fermentation process. So these two process comes under the biochemical conversion, because in anaerobic digestion with the help of anaerobic bacteria or microorganism there is a production of the biogas, that is conversion of biogas into the form of methane and CO2, that is a carbon dioxide, and in fermentation process the conversion of biomass into the alcohol fuels or biofuels. So this is the biochemical route. So this is the second conversion route of the biomass. Third route is the oil extraction. That means directly we can extract the oil from a particular raw material, and edible and non-edible oils can be extracted from a variety of grains and seeds such as soybean, groundnuts. These all are the grains and seeds are used for the also sunflower. These all are the seeds of the sunflower, groundnuts, which are used for the extraction of the oil, that is edible and non-edible oil. These all are the biomass conversion routes as we discussed just before. That is a biomass is converted in classified into three routes. main three routes, that is a thermochemical route, biochemical route, oil extraction. Further, the thermochemical route is classified into three processes, that is a combustion, gasification and pyrolysis. And after that, again the biochemical route is classified into two processes, that is anaerobic digestion and fermentation. Anaerobic digestion gives biogas and fermentation gives the biofuels or alcohol fuels. And oil extraction, from oil extraction we are able to obtain the edible as well as non-edible oil. In a combustion process, the biomass is directly converted into the heat or power in a large boiler. In a gasification process, the solid biomass is converted into the producer gas with the help of limited quantity of air. And pyrolysis, in a pyrolysis there is a decomposition of the biomass in absence of oxygen. So all these processes are the conversion route of the biomass. They can be directly used as a liquid fuels or transesterified to produce the biodiesel, which is a good substitute for the conventional diesel oil. That is a third route is the oil extraction method, and this method is directly used as a liquid or the edible or non-edible oil, which can be obtained from the seeds and grains, directly used as a liquid fuels or transesterified to produce the biodiesel, which is the substitute for the conventional diesel oil. We know that there is a conventional source of oil, that is a diesel oil, and this is a harmful to our environment. So the biodiesel is a alternate way for the conventional diesel oil. The biomass is a sustainable source of energy. There is no net release of carbon dioxide in growing biomass and using it subsequently for energy conversion process. As we mentioned already, the biomass is nothing but the organic matter, that is, it is a sustainable source of energy, and also it is a renewable source of energy. Also it is a non-conventional energy source, so it does not pollute the environment. That is, there is no release of carbon dioxide in a growing of biomass. That is, suppose we consider the biomass which is the crop residues, that is crop residue which can be obtained from the plant, and the plant produce these all material due to photosynthesis process. That is, in growing of the biomass there is no emission of the carbon dioxide, but the plant synthesize their own food with the help of carbon dioxide and it gives the oxygen. And after producing this biomass, when we process it, there is also no emission of the any harmful gases in a large quantity, that is using it subsequently for the energy conversion processes. So this is all about the different conversion routes which help us to obtain the energy from the biomass. Now in our next video we will start with the next point, so we will continue with that.